So all you need to do today is just identify where you have the chat icon on your system or on your phone. If you're on your phone, locate how you can get to in-call messages. Okay. If you're using your laptop, it's literally the chat icon on the top, on the bottom right corner of your screen. Okay. So we're going to be using the chat section today. Okay. So I would like to know where you guys are joining in from first off. Okay. I would like to know where you're joining in from. I'm currently based in Canada. I have about over 2 years experience, close to 3 years experience working in the UK. Prior to that, I have like 3 years experience also working in Ireland. So I worked in Ireland, worked in the UK, and currently I'm based in Canada. So I would like to know where you all are joining from. And you see, I will tell you why I'm the best person to talk to you about sponsorship jobs in the UK. Um, I've been in that situation before several times. So when I relocated initially to Ireland, I had that I had that burden of looking to for of where I would get sponsored, a job that would sponsor my visa and all that. Moved to the UK, the same situation, and that's exactly the case itself. So I would like to know where you guys are joining in from. Just put it in location. So we have quite a number of guys from the UK. We have Raphael from Scotland, UK. So we have quite a number of guys from the UK. Fantastic. That's good. Oh, we have Kennedy from Ireland. Awesome. All right. So today's session is going to be a very quick one. It's going to be about an hour, 30 minutes maximum. So I would like to encourage you, if you have any form of distraction, please try to avoid anybody that will give you distraction. So if you're on your phone, please put your phone away. If you have people making noise in the background, get somewhere quiet, and all that. So I just need you to just 1 hour. And from this 1 hour, you will see that you will clearly, these are things, what we're going to discuss today are things that will make your career better, number one, are things that will set you up for, greater things in the future. And these are things that you could also start to implement today, not tomorrow, not next week, not until you finish something. These are things you could actually start to implement today. Because most people are looking for sponsored jobs, true or false. The reason why we're here today is probably because you're looking for a sponsored job or you're looking for a better job. But the key thing is here, there is something, all right, that brought you here today. And you need to just ensure that you have enough time. You have that full attention. Give me your full attention. Let me grab your attention. I'm going to grab your attention, okay? Grab your attention and bring you to this place, okay, today. So let's get started, okay? So I would like to know if this is your first time. I would like you to, drop number one in the chat. If this is your first time seeing Amdari, put a one in the chat. Let's go. So while you're doing that, I'm going to share my screen and then we can get started. Let's go. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go. All right, so let's jump straight into it. So we have a couple of new people in our house today. I'll still be doing my introduction and introduction to Amdari, what we do, who we are, the problem we're trying to solve, so on and so forth. So we're going to do all that today. So today's topic, what we're going to be talking about today is how to identify companies with a history of sponsoring visas in the UK. So if currently you're looking for, or somebody that will benefit from this session, please, with immediate alacrity, please just take that link, send it to the person, and advise the person to join the session. The session is not going to be very long, an hour, 30 minutes maximum. I need to say this so that you can invite your friends, your family members that will benefit from this session. So how to identify companies with history of sponsorship. You see, quite a number of people are looking to get in a sponsor job today. Either you're in Ireland or you're in the UK. The concern for you is, where do I apply for sponsorship jobs? So majority of the people on the call, if I should ask you, what is the main thing that you are here for? I'm pretty sure you're looking for, where do I apply? Where do I apply? Where can I apply? Where can I get? That's the key thing. You see, there are other things that you are ignoring. Absolutely. There are other things that you're clearly ignoring before you can actually start to apply for these jobs. All right. And there's something that I personally implemented in my own career. All right. And that has helped me also secure sponsorship in different countries across the world. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So if you're excited to be here, first of all, first, let's start on this ground. If you're excited to be here, can you put yeah in the chat? Let's go. Put yeah. Put it in the chat. Let's go. No time to check time. Oh, I've checked the time already, but no time to check time. If you're going to be enjoying yourself today, all right, guys. All right, let's go. Keep it coming, guys. Yeah. All right, let's go. So before we get started, okay, for the new people in the house, I've never heard of Amdari before. I'm just going to do a little bit of introduction. So very brief one. So Amdari is a platform like no other platform. So what we do here is we have identified that majority of the people, either you're relocating or you are trying to move into a new career space, one of the major hindrance is lack of relevant experience. So take for example, I worked as a management consultant back, that was like almost 10 years ago. All right. Over 10 years, about 10 years ago. And you see, one of the major challenges that I faced in order for me to get my first data role, my first ever data analytics role. It took me about 2 years. And the major reason why it took me 2 years was because I lacked relevant work experience. So you see, all that, reading, studying, and all that, it was good. But there was something that was missing, work experience. So you apply for a role within a bank. The next thing is, we can't give you the job because we need somebody that knows data analytics within the banking sector. All right. Oh, we can't give you the job because your experience is not in the industry. You're a consultant. You don't have that kind of experience. So I'm looking for people that have industry experience. So you see, that's one major problem most individuals have. So you see, and that's why we created Amdari to be that platform that would help you gain hands-on experience that you can then use to get a job. All right. So when I say platform like no other, I'm not joking. I'm not playing. We have no other competition. We are the only platform that will provide you with experience, work experience relevant for you to get the job. We cover 8 career paths, and those are the things that we're going to be talking about in today's session. All right, let's jump straight into it. Okay. So what are we doing today? Number one, how to identify companies with history of sponsoring visas in the UK. Number two, becoming a tech professional and securing a job. Okay, and securing a job. Sorry, if you can hear me well, please drop a one in the chat. I just want to confirm you can hear me well. If you can hear me well, please drop a one in the chat. Let me see. Okay. All right. Okay, that's good. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to be talking about how to identify companies with history of sponsoring visas. Number two, becoming a tech professional and getting the job. You see, when you're talking about sponsorship, one of the major areas where you can get sponsored is within the tech role. So now that's what we're going to be talking about: becoming a tech professional and securing a job. At the end of the day, how to secure a job within the tech space. Okay, you have experience, you don't have experience, don't worry. We are here. We'll talk about it. Okay. Now, the next thing also is the Amdari Work Experience internship. We'll talk about that. And last but not the least, if you wait to the end of the session, you get access to our special offer. So I'm pretty sure you want to stay back and wait to the end of the session so you can learn about our special offer for you. Okay. So that's what we're going to be discussing in today's session. Okay. Where is my mouse? Okay, give me a second. I'm looking for my mouse. Oh, just give it a second. All right. So those are the things that we're going to be talking about in today's session. It takes us, like I said, it's just going to be the next 1 hour at the very most. Okay. So looking at what we're going to be doing today. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm going to pull that up again so that the stuff just crashed all of a sudden. Okay. 1 second. Okay, format. All right, so a little bit of introduction about myself. My name is Efemena Ipro. I'm the co-founder to Amdari. Okay, and I already told you the reason why we started Amdari. I'm coming from a non-technical background. I studied economics at university. My first job was working as a management consultant back home in Lagos, Nigeria. I did that for about a couple of years. I did that for over 4 years before making that conscious move to getting into the tech space. Well, and like I said earlier, it took me about 2 years to get my first job, but eventually I was able to get mine. And honestly, getting the first job is actually one of the most is the toughest thing that you will do in your tech career, in your entire tech journey, seeking promotion, moving from one company to the other company. All those things are not as difficult as getting your first job. And honestly, that's why we started I'm Direct to see how we can make it easy for you to get your first job. So that's what we're going to be talking about. My experience spans across a lot of career paths. So when you're talking about data analytics, data science, data engineering, power platform engineering, business systems analyst, I've worked for telecommunication, medical technology, financial technology, and so many other industries across the world. Yeah, that's essentially it. So I mentioned I worked in Ireland, I worked in the UK, currently work in Canada. I work for businesses in the US. I've worked for companies across Europe and so on and so forth. So that's the person you're going to be speaking with today. That's Efemena April. I don't like to talk much about myself, but anyways, if you have any question, I will take questions as we go on. All right, so let's jump straight into it. Sorry, this is not the slide I'm looking for. This is not my slide for this today's session. Just give me a second. Okay, sorry. That was not the slide I'm using. All right. All right. So let's jump straight into it. Sponsor job. And I mentioned earlier that majority of us that are looking at getting sponsor jobs are only concerned about one thing. Only one thing. And that is, where can I get sponsorship jobs or sponsor jobs? So every time I have a session like this, the only question people ask is, if a manner, where can I get sponsored jobs? Okay. But like I said earlier, it's not just about the application. I mean, you could apply for the next 2 decades. And I'll tell you for free that you might still find this very difficult to get that sponsor job that you're looking for. All right. So we have two individuals over here. All right. We have two individuals over here. What is happening to my slides? So we have these two individuals over here. Okay. We have these two individuals here. We have the first person that's the customer service representative, and we have the other guy here that's currently a data engineer. The same person currently. This is currently working in customer service, and that's what he does. The other person on the other hand is a data engineer. He's a data engineer. Let me just share it one more time. I don't know why it's crashing. Something might be wrong somewhere, but let's just move ahead. Okay. So customer service representative. So this is the current state. So I'm going to do a little bit of business analysis in here. Okay. So this is the current state. This is your current state or the person's current state. And the current state essentially is your current role. Either you're working as a customer service representative, or you're working in a care space, or you're working in a warehouse, or you're working in a job that you honestly just don't like as much, or is not paying you as much, or there's no career progression in that particular career. So, that's the current state. That's where you are at this point in time. At the time, also, I was working in management consulting, or when I relocated, I also worked in the warehouse, and all these things. So there's a current state, but it's also a future state. All right. There is a future state. This is where you get your sponsored job within the tech space. So it could be a data engineering role, it could be a cybersecurity role, it could be a data analyst role, it could be a business analyst role, project management, and all that. But I'm just using data engineering for example today. So there are two states. There's the current state where you are at this point in time, and there's a future state where you get your sponsored job, where you're working within the tech space and you're making good money. You get me? So now looking at this, okay, let's look at the current state. Let's examine it a little bit. Okay, there are different types of professionals that you find in this particular current state. So it's not you just completed your masters or your program in the UK, and the next thing is you're looking for a better job. You're looking for a sponsor job. You don't want to pay the visa application fee in order for you to get your student work visa and all that. So you just want to get a sponsor job. You need a sponsor job to remain back in the country. I was speaking to somebody recently, based in the UK, just completed their masters and they're looking to get in a job. And the major thing for them is, I don't want to pay that application fee. I was looking at the guy like, you're young, you don't have family with you, you don't have anybody with you, you're just by yourself. Get a job. But it was looking for a sponsor job. I just want to apply to sponsor job. I just want to get sponsored so I don't get to pay that application fee. All right. So there are people like that. Okay. So you're just completing your master's, or you're looking at finishing your PhD, whatever program you're doing, and you're looking to get in a better job. So that's one category of people. You want that sponsor job. The next one is you got sponsored in another career path. So you got sponsored, let's say it's very popular within the healthcare space. So you got sponsored as the healthcare professional. Well, obviously, in the way you're looking at career path or down the line, all right, it might not be the most profiting. Yes, I might be wrong, to be honest with you, but looking at the people that I've interacted with so far, down the line, it's not highly profitable. Okay, so you're selling more hours in order for you to earn as much. So the whole difference within the tech space is you're working less hours and you're even paid more for working less hours. So if you got sponsored in another career path and you're looking to moving into another role that is more technical, that is more, I would say, more beneficial to your career, that's exactly another set of people that we're talking to today. Number three is you're currently in another country. So you're in Nigeria, for example, you're in Ghana, you're in, people back home in whatever country in Africa or in Europe, and you're looking to move to the UK. You want to get a job that will sponsor your visa and bring you into the UK. That's another set of people that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking to. And last but not the least, you need a better job. So people are never concerned about sponsorship. You just need a better job. I just need a better job. I don't want to all this 28K, 30K, 35K salary, 40K, salary. I want to earn more than that. I want to be in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 100K. What's the pathway to getting six figures in the UK? That's exactly the question that most people are asking themselves. So like I said, there's a gap between the current state and the future state. So where you are at this point in time and where you want to be in the next couple of months to a year, there's a gap. There is a gap. Okay. And you need to ask yourself very critical questions. But I provided you with three questions you need to ask yourself today. Three questions. Only three questions. Okay. Only three questions. Now, what are these three questions? Okay. What are these three questions? Why is my slide? I have three questions I have for you today. I'm not sure why my why my slide is messing with me today, but let me just do something real quick. Let me restart the program. So I have three questions I have for you today. Just three questions. Now, these three questions, you need to be honest about answering these questions. You need to be absolutely honest about yourself. Okay, because if I ask you these questions and you are going about just formulating something from the top of your head, you need to be honest with the question that we're going to be asking. I'm going to bring it up again. So sorry about this. Not sure what the issue, why my PowerPoint just keeps crashing. So what I would do now is I probably not put it in presentation mode. I would rather put it in a reading mode. Okay. Okay. So I think this should work out here. So let me see if that solves the problem. Okay. This is where we are. All right. Three questions I have for you. Three questions. Number one question is, what skills do you have? So everybody's asking, I want to apply for sponsor job. Efemena, send me the list of recruitment bodies where I can go and apply for sponsor job. Or like what the advert we posted today, how to identify. People just want to know where to apply. But be honest with yourself. What skills do you have? That's the question you need to ask yourself. You need to be totally honest with yourself. So I was speaking to another person. I do speak to a lot of people because of the kind of business that we do. And I was speaking to this guy. I was asking I was asking him like, what kind of job do you do? Like back home in Nigeria. He's currently based in Scotland. What kind of job do you do back home in Nigeria? I've said this several times. Probably you've heard of me saying this. And the guy was telling me that I was a program coordinator or something like that. I'm a program coordinator. And I was asking, okay, what skills did you have in that particular job function? What skills did you have? What are the things that you did? Achievements, skills. What technologies did you use in your previous role? And the guy was telling me that, he does. He's a program coordinator. He coordinates things. He knows how to get things done within the office. I was wondering, like, okay, what exact skills? And I've spoken to accountants. All they know how to do is debit and credit, and do a little bit of Excel functions. But what are the key things? What are the skills that you actually have? And that's exactly the puzzling question most people will find out. Okay. You see, you need to be honest with yourself, asking the right question. So just because you completed a master's in data analytics or project management doesn't mean you have the skills of a project manager. Just because you completed a course on Udemy doesn't mean you are a cybersecurity professional. So you need to be honest with yourself, looking at the job functions that you want to get yourself into: data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management. What skills do you have? That's the honest question you need to know. That's the question you need to ask yourself. So if you're enjoying the session so far, please, I need you to fill the attendance form. I need you to fill the attendance form. And I'm going to reiterate it a couple of times because there are some things that you're going to be getting from this session that you definitely will not be able to implement immediately. And you need the recording, you need the materials, and only people that fill the attendance will get access to the recording of the session and also the materials we're using in today's session. So the honest question you need to ask yourself is, what skills do I have? So when I relocated, this was something I had to be realistic about. I had to be very factual about myself. I worked in management consulting. A lot of people will see consultants as people that have very good skills. When I go outside the country, I couldn't place my hand on the exact skill that I had. Like, I couldn't place it. I couldn't place my hand on the skills that I had. So if you're, instead of you looking for sponsor job, ask yourself that honest question: what skills do I even have? What skills do I know? What do I know in the career path I'm going into? So that's the first question. Second question is, what's your CV conversion rate? So if you even apply for 100 jobs now with your current CV, how many jobs are you going to convert? That's the honest question you need to ask yourself. What is your conversion rate? And these are things you need to be honest about. You see a lot of people complaining, I get a lot of rejection. I apply for 10 jobs, 10 jobs are rejecting me. Companies are rejecting me because of the name of my name. Companies are rejecting me because I don't have experience. Companies, it's only complaint. And it's a good thing to rationalize why certain things are happening. You rationalize. Something happens, you get a rejection. Oh, you start to rationalize. Is it because of my name? Is it because of my experience? Is it because of this? Is it because of that? You keep rationalizing, okay? But now the key question you need to ask yourself is, what is my actual CV conversion rate? So if I use my CV today to apply for 100 jobs, how many people will call me back? How many people will call me back? 5, 10, 16, 8, 2, 1? That is a critical problem. But people don't ask these questions. The next question they will ask you is, where do I apply for this job? But the current jobs that you're even applying to, how many of them have called you? Do you understand where I'm coming from? So what's your CV conversion rate? So if you apply for 100 jobs, can you get 30 to 40 people to call you? All right. So if you apply for 100 jobs within a week, within 2 weeks, can you get like 20 to 30 to 40 people to actually reach out to you and call you and say, okay, do you know what? We saw your CV and would like to talk to you. These are the things that you need to be honest with yourself. So CV is the major thing. Your CV is that thing that will speak before you actually start to talk. So before anybody tries to even reach out to you to say want to speak to you, your CV has gone to do the talking. So if your CV does not know how to talk, you likely will be messing up big time and be complaining that certain things don't work for Africans outside the country. It's absolutely nothing. I don't want to use the right word. I don't want to use the word I have in mind, but that's absolutely nonsense. Okay. Now the last question you need to be asking yourself also is, are you confident? So if your CV is even good, if your CV is good, and you apply for this job and they call you for an interview, are you confident in selling yourself? Are you absolutely confident in selling yourself? Now, just to digress again a little bit, we just concluded. I'm working with a client based in Europe. Okay, I won't specify the area. Based in Europe. Currently, it's a medical technology company, very popular. So I worked with them on a project, and currently I'm trying to implement something for them. In the same vein, the team actually, in order for us to leave the contract, in order for me to move myself out of it and I need to bring somebody in to replace that role, or more like change management. Just ensure I'm moving out. I need to bring in somebody that would sort of understand what I'm doing, and the person works with them full time. Okay, because I was contract. Now, while I was doing this, we currently started looking for, we started doing a lot of recruitment, okay, and quite a number of people applied, and we spoke to a couple of people. And you see, people actually don't know how to sell themselves, okay? So I came up with one question during the interview. I came up with one question during the interview, and I've used this several times after that. Started coming up with this question, and the question was, we have other people that we're going to be speaking with today. I have 15, 20 other people this week that I need to talk to, okay? I'm talking to you now. Can you tell me the reason? Can you tell me why I should cancel the interview today? Okay, cancel the rest of the interview. All those people I need to talk to, I don't want to talk to them anymore. Can you sell yourself in a way that I don't need to talk to those 15 other people? And I'll tell you for free. White, black, everybody fumbled. Majority of the people I asked this question absolutely fumbled. Now, the question you need to ask yourself is, do you have that intention when you go for an interview? Do you have that same intention? What's the intention when you go for an interview? That's the honest question you need to ask yourself. Do you just prepare question and answer? Do you prepare question and answer? If they ask me, tell me about yourself, how would I answer? I'll tell them my name is Efemena April. I am 13 years old. Now, okay, you go with the intention that I want to bamboozle you guys. Can somebody put bamboozle in the chat? Bamboozle, if you can spell it, put it in the chat. I want to bamboozle you guys to the extent that when I'm done with this interview, you would actually contemplate talking to the rest of the people that you have there. That's bamboozle. So most times, anytime we have somebody going to do an interview, we prepare them to the state of bamboozling. Okay? We prepare them to the state of bamboozling. Can somebody put bamboozling in the chat? You guys are not following me. I'm not seeing bamboozle in the chat, so guys. What's happening? Are you guys following me? Bamboozle, yeah, let's go. All right. You prepare to the extent of bamboozling people. Bamboozle in the sense that when you finish the interview, all right, they don't want to talk to any other person. They feel like you are the right person for the role. I don't need to talk to these other people. And I'll give you my own experience, personal experience. When I was in Ireland, I applied for, obviously after masters, you apply for so many jobs. You got to a time I didn't even know. When I get an interview, I usually would ask myself, when did I apply for this job? Do you understand? So it got to that level. So I going for this interview. It was with one of the reputable telecommunication industry, telecommunication computing company, and all that. So during the interview, I spoke so much. I sold myself so much that, at the end of the question, the typical question we would all ask is, what's the next stage? What's the next level? What am I expecting the feedback? That kind of thing. And typically, they told me after the call, they told me during the call that, okay, it takes about a week. They have other people they're going to be speaking to, and, they will get back to me before the end of the week. Guess what? Less than 2 hours later, I got an offer. Less than 2 hours later, I got an offer. All right. So what I would say, and ever since then, I've always said that, okay, in every interview I go to, I'm going to bamboozle you guys. I'm going to prepare myself to the extent that I know what you guys are doing in the office, like what you do on a day to day. I will probably find somewhere, I will find out the projects you guys are working on, the kind of challenges that you're facing, so I can sell myself to the extent that you need me. Okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So these are the three questions that you need to ask yourself. What skills do you have? What's your CV conversion rate? So if your CV conversion rate is poor with regular jobs, is it with sponsorship jobs that you think that you'll do better? No, absolutely no. So if with regular job, you cannot interview and get it. Sponsor job, do you think you will interview and get it? Absolutely no. So these are the three questions you need to be honest with yourself to answer. I can't answer these questions for you. You need to be able to answer the question yourself. What skills do you have? CV conversion rate and confidence in selling yourself. All right. So if you're enjoying yourself, put a one in the chat, guys. Put a one in the chat. I feel this place is too quiet. I don't like quiet environment. When I get quiet, it feels like you don't understand what I'm saying. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. I hope my slide doesn't crash on me this time around. All right. So you see, there are things that you need to do before you start to apply. But people just ignore everything and say that, okay, do you know what? If you mean, give me sites, give me websites where I can apply for jobs. So, guys, remember, if you want to get access to the recording, the material of today's session, fill the attendance form. Fill the attendance form. I said, fill the attendance form. All right. So there are three things you need to do. You need to learn, you need to package, and then you need to apply before you can get that job. And that's the honest truth. You need to learn first, you need to package yourself, and you need to apply aggressively. I will talk about that. So you see, but you see, everybody, Efemena, all this talk they talk, the talk don't do it's already becoming too long. I mean, we are 30 minutes into the call. You've not told us where to apply for sponsorship job, blah 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 blah. I'm pretty sure people have that conception already. How many times did I call you Efemena? Where can I apply for sponsorship job? That's what most people's concern is. That's the concern. So they've ignored learning. You've ignored learning. Like I said, you going to do your master's in a program doesn't give you enough experience, enough for you to get a job in that particular domain. You buy the course on Udemy, Udacity, Coursera, you do all those courses. It's not enough. It's good for learning, no doubt about that, but it's not enough for you to get a job. And the next thing is packaging. And this is where a lot of people lack it, like significantly. Packaging is literally the lifeline of any professional today. Okay? And we'll talk about that in the next few minutes. Sorry, guys. All right, we'll talk about that. So, learning is a significant part of what you need to talk about, what you need to learn. All right, so you learn, okay, you package yourself, and then you apply for the job. You learn, you package, and then you apply for the job. I don't think I'm going to put this in presentation mode anymore, in any kind of mode. So I'm not sure why this is doing the things it's doing. Apologies, guys. This is beyond. Literally was working all through, so I don't know what just happened. All right. I'm just going to bring it up one more time and ensure that everything is working smoothly. All right, so I have to put it in just a regular mode for this particular presentation, but I'll make it big enough for you to see. All right. All right, so this is where I'm at. Okay, I would reduce this a little bit. Yeah, things to be okay. All right, so let me just make it bigger a bit. So hopefully this works well. All right, so learn, package, apply. Learn, package, apply. So these are the things that you need to know. Learn, then you package, then you apply for the job. Okay, so you see, when you're talking about learning, it's not just you learning the course. Go buy a course at Udemy or Udacity, and you feel like that's the end. No, you also need to learn how to gain experience. Okay, how to gain experience. So if you're learning data analytics, you building a dashboard in Power BI or Tableau, it's not enough for you to get a job. So you know how to use Power BI, you know how to use Tableau, you know how to use Excel, you do a little bit of SQL. It's not enough for you to get a job. Because at the end of the day, let's put it this way. Let me put it this way so you understand it better and why I'm saying this. So you get a job today and you go for an interview. They would ask you the question, oh, tell me a time you have, as a data analyst, tell me a time you worked with different stakeholders or a difficult stakeholder that doesn't want to work with your analysis. Now, you learning on Udemy, do you think that is sufficient enough for you to answer a question like that? Absolutely no. All right? How do you answer that kind of question? Oh, tell me about a time you dealt with an inconsistencies in data, and how that translated to you having a bad report or whatsoever, or inaccurate reports. The majority of the data set that you have on Udemy, Udacity, these are usually correct data. So these are the things that you cannot really answer without proper experience. If you're a cybersecurity professional, you're going into cybersecurity. As a SOC analyst, can you tell me the time you identify vulnerabilities? Or can you tell me the time you were able to, detect, what do you call this, vulnerabilities, risk, and all that within the organization, if technical infrastructure, you really will not be able to answer those kind of questions. So that's the reason why I'm saying learning is not enough. Okay, learning is no longer enough. What you need is actually experience. So now, what career path should you focus on? Okay, what career path should you focus on? We have data analytics, we have data science, we have business analysis, we have data engineering, we have SOC and threat intelligence, we have ethical hacking and penetration testing, and we have governance, risk, and compliance. So these are the 8 career paths that we focused on to say that if you're looking at learning and building your experience, focus on career path that you can easily get a job, you can easily get into, you can easily break into. So these are the 8 career paths that you should focus on. Okay, so if currently you're unsure of what career path you want to go into, fine, we can have conversations around that. Okay, but if you've done your master's in data analytics or project management or in any other career path, all right, you can literally leverage your past experience or your university or those experiences in order for you to get a job. Now, number two is packaging. Number two is packaging. And this is where I say a lot of people are sort of struggling. Okay. So this is where we talk about your CV revamp, talking about your CV review, revamp, and all that. Number two, LinkedIn optimization. So LinkedIn optimization basically work like search engine optimization. And I'll say this again from my own personal experience. If I need to recruit today, I would likely not post it online. Okay. What would I do? A team, HR, can you get me candidates on LinkedIn, okay, that can do this kind of job, okay, or with this particular credentials, this kind of experience, so on and so forth. Go and look. All right. So what do? They just go on LinkedIn. They have the premium access to LinkedIn and they search for the job title and they put in all the requirements in there. They search for it. And you see people will pop up. Just like on Google, when you want to get something, you're looking for a restaurant to go eat, you're looking for something, and you search on Google. All right. Google will recommend the top. Everybody's struggling to be in the first page of Google. That's search engine optimization. All right. The same thing on LinkedIn. People are optimizing their LinkedIn page so they can appear in the first page of any search that relates to them. So that's where LinkedIn optimization comes in. Okay, so if today you just have a bare minimum a bare minimum LinkedIn profile, you don't post, you don't like, you don't want people to know exactly what you're doing. You are incognito on LinkedIn, and you want people to see you on LinkedIn and get you a job. Uh, you need to change your mindset. Absolutely. I tell most people that try to make it an habit to make a post every week, one a week, twice a week. The more you do, the more opportunities you're likely going to get. Honestly, that's the honest truth. And I say this and I'll repeat myself. The more eyeballs, your profile attracts. The more eyeballs your profile attracts, the more the opportunity for you. It's a simple game. The more eyeballs, the more people that see your profile, the more opportunities you're likely going to get. So if you don't want to post on LinkedIn, you don't want to modify, you don't want to make changes to your LinkedIn page, you just want to keep it there as a static page, you are likely going to just get in that same domain. Okay. So the next thing is mentorship, interview preparation. We talked about that earlier. Job reference. Somebody has to be able to back up your experience. So one of my colleagues just actually got a job. One of the people I worked with in the past just got a job, and he added me as a reference to the role. Okay. So one of the recruitment firm is in the UK. Okay. And the guy reached out to me. That's the HR firm reach out to me to be asking me questions about the person that I worked, okay? Or if you need to hire the person again, would you hire the person? What was the person doing? What kind of projects did the person work on? What do you think is the person's strength? What do you think the person's weaknesses are? They asked all this question, okay? And it started to dawn on me that, okay, if somebody says they had reference, this person actually worked with me, okay? And this person actually worked with me, okay? And the person actually did the job. Now imagine somebody that does not have reference. Just imagine a world where the person has no reference. So you said you know how to use, you're a cybersecurity professional. You said you are a project manager. You said you are a business analyst. Okay, can you give me a reference? Can you give me somebody that can back up, or an organization that can actually back up your experience? you're actually going to be lagging behind significantly. Okay, so you see, work job reference is something that you need today in today's job market. Work reference is something that you need absolutely. Okay, and that's the reason why I give that example. Number six over there is on the job support. On the job support in the sense that when you get a job and probably you're stuck on something and you really don't know what to do, we can jump in, you can ask for assistance, we can recommend solutions to you, and then you can fly with whatever recommendation that works for you. Last but not the least is apply. Apply for the jobs. The ones you meet the requirements, the ones you don't meet the requirements, apply. I can tell you for free that majority of the roles that I have worked in my experience, majority of them, I don't meet 100% of the criteria. At best, maybe 70%, some 60% of the criteria I met, and I was able to get the job. Okay? And if you're wondering how I was able to do that, is based on packaging, based on how you package yourself, how you sell yourself during the interview. Those are the things that you need to understand. Okay, so most people have this imposter syndrome. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I'm great enough. But that's the reason why we have Amdari. Like literally, that's the reason why we have Amdari. So when we're talking about employability, I've spoken about that CV review, and these are the things that we will do for you at Amdari. So wherever you revamp your CV, so with that CV conversion rate that you have that is very poor, would help you improve it. LinkedIn optimization would help you do that. You rank better through our LinkedIn optimization process. Now, the next thing is on the job, navigating the job market. Where do you apply for these jobs? I'm going to get there. Don't worry. Where do you apply for these sponsor jobs? Where do you get the sponsor job? I will get there. But you see, I need to let you know that before you can start to apply for this job, you need certain things in your back pocket to get you into that particular aspect. So navigating the job market, where do you apply for jobs? Where do you get sponsored jobs? Where do you get remote jobs? All those kind of conversations, we'll do that in navigating the job market. Now, the next thing is interview preparation. This is a significant part. So you might have a great CV, but you don't know how to answer questions during the interview. You would likely still fall short significantly. Okay, and I'm using the word significantly continuously because you need to understand that you can't just get a job just because of bare minimum. Okay, and that's the reason why I asked you those three questions. So interview preparation is something that you need. It took me a couple of months to actually learn, okay, what how to answer questions during the interview. If now I start even applying for jobs, I still need to prepare before I go for any interview. So you see, if someone that has been doing this for years still needs to practice, if you are starting to do this, okay, you need somebody to hold your hands and guide yourself through. And that's exactly what we're talking about. Number five is mentorship session. So we bring in mentors to work with you, to talk to you on what failed, what was good, what was success like, what was failure like, how to avoid failures. And that's exactly what you need. Okay, number six is job reference letter. So we'll provide you with job reference letter that will back up your experience. Number seven is on the job support. On the job support. These are the things that you actually need. Like no want. You need this, in order for you to get a sponsored job. So you have to have a good CV. You need to know, talk about LinkedIn optimization. You need to even know where to apply for these jobs. You need to prepare very well for interviews. These are the things that you need in order for you to get a job. And guess where you're going to put it? Guess where you're going to get all these things? Amdari. So if you enjoy yourself, put Amdari in the chat. Let me see. If you're learning so much, okay, put Amdari in the chat. I know you want to see where you can get sponsored jobs. I'm going to show you. But today, you need to understand, you need to learn that before you start to apply for sponsorship jobs, you need to have learned, you need to have experience, and you need to have employability skills. So put Amdari in the chat if you are enjoying yourself so far. Put Amdari in the chat. Let me see. Amdari. Let's go. Let's go. So let's go ahead. Let me show you something. Amdari is a one-stop shop platform that provides you with every single thing: learning, packaging, and apply. Learn, packaging, and apply. I'll revisit this in a few seconds. I'll come back to these slides in a few seconds, so I can explain all these things and how it fits into the job application process for you. All right. Now let's talk about why did we select eight career paths? Why did we select those eight career paths? Data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis. Why did we select those career paths? And it's very simple. The future of jobs reports. Okay. The future of jobs report is a very detailed, and this is why you need to fill the attendance form, guys. You get access to these materials. You can click the link you see here. Click the link, click here to download. So if I click here to download, it's going to open up on my web page. I'm going to bring it up to my screen now to see. So this is the future of jobs report, 290 pages document talking about what you need to start to do today, not tomorrow, not next week, what you can start to implement today. So this is what I read, when I was looking at transitioning into the text page. This is literally the documents back in the days I read at that time, the version that came out that year. This is what I read that told me that data science is the sexiest job of the future. Okay, this was about 10 years ago. Now, guess what? Today, it is the sexiest job of the future. So we have data science, we have machine learning, we have AI. Now, that is the sexiest job of the future. That's literally what we are getting into now. So you see, if you want to plan your next 5 years, you want to plan the next 10 years, these are the kind of documents that you need to read. So fill the attendance form, you get access to these materials, you can click the link and you can read the documents yourself. But what I've done today in today's session is to make it easy for you. All right, to make it easy for you, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see this better. Okay, so I'm going to scroll up. So you see, this is jobs that are going to grow and jobs that are going to decline 2025 to 2030 in the next 5 years. Jobs that are going to grow and jobs that are going to decline. So if you take a look at this, okay, you see quite a number of things are in here. Relationship manager. So if you're a relationship manager in Nigeria, that's your experience in Nigeria, anyways, and you're looking at doing that again in the UK, that is going to wear off. Okay, human resources specialist. That's another career path that is going to be declining the next couple of years. General and operations manager. You have quite a number of roles in there. You have sales representatives. You have relationship. I've mentioned that compliance officers. There are quite a number of roles that are going to decline. So don't go and chase a career path that is declining currently. So you see this, all right? Now let's focus on career paths that are going to grow. We have big data specialists, we have data warehousing specialists, and we have data engineers. Now this career path falls into the data engineering career. So if you're looking to becoming a data engineer, that's a fantastic career path that will continue to grow, because for every model, for every organization that wants to implement AI, they need a data engineer that will move data from one place to the other. All right. The same thing with data analytics and data science. All right. What's that? You need what? You see, AI and machine learning specialist. You have data analysts and scientists clearly spelled out. Okay. And those are the three. So you see, business analysts, the same thing. We have digital transformation specialists and we have process automation specialists. This falls into the domain of business analysis. Cybersecurity, we have security management specialists, we have information security analysts, we have database and network professionals. So you see, these are career paths that are going to continue to grow in the future. All right. Now, moving on to the next, you see, another set of career is a very long document. Trust me, you need to go read it. All right. So we have business intelligence analysts, we have database architects, sales and marketing professionals, supply chain and logistics specialists, we have management and organization analysts, we have training and development specialists. So all these falls into either data analytics or data science or data engineering or HR analytics. So you see, when you are looking at starting a career, the reason why we selected 8 careers is not just because it's just we wanted to select 8 career path. Okay, we selected it because it's necessary. You need to know exactly the career path you need to go into. All right. All right. So moving on, and that's the reason why we selected those 8 distinctive career paths. So let me ask you now, which of these career paths are you interested in? Then we'll now talk about where to apply for these jobs. So which of these career paths are you interested in? You could put a short description. So if you're data analytics, DA is fine. If you're business analyst, BA is fine. Project management, PM, SOC analyst, SOC, ethical arcane, EH. So I want to use the abbreviation and let me know. I want to know what career path you are interested in. What career path are you interested in? So we have DA, we have BA, we have DS, we have SOC, we have DA. Okay. DA with a focus on finance. Okay, fantastic. Keep it coming, guys. I want more interaction. All right, I want more interaction, guys. More interaction, more energy. More. more energy. D is special. I'm not sure what special is, but I get what you mean. D is actually special. I think they are currently one of the highest paid careers within the tech space, even in the world, like literally one of the highest paid career path. All right, we have SOC, we have GRC. Okay, we have GRC. Awesome, awesome. So the good thing is that you know exactly the career path you want to go into: data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, SOC, ethical hacking, governance, risk, and compliance. So these are the career paths that we are going to be focusing on. Now let's talk about sponsorship. Let's talk about sponsorship. Now, when you're looking at getting sponsored in the UK, I'm pretty sure everybody will now sit up now. If you you don't tell me all those things. If Efemena has told us all the land package apply. Now let's talk about application. Let's talk about visa sponsorship. Okay. Who's excited for this? Put the one in the chat if you're excited about this. Let me see. Let's see. People are looking for sponsorship. All right. Okay, so we're going to be doing this, getting sponsorship jobs in the UK. If I don't get 20 ones, I'm not going to continue, guys. If I don't get 20 people telling me one at once, we are going to stop because we're going to stop here. This is where we're going to stop the session. This is I'm still on 15. Remain five more people. Five more people. Five more people. I'm just messing with you. Don't worry. I'll give it for free. I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just relax. All right. So these are four. If you're looking at getting sponsored in the UK, all right. The one that most people are familiar with is there are two of them that most people are familiar with. Number one is the skilled work visa. So that's what people used to call tier two visa. So that's what everybody was, even back there when I was in the UK, we called it tier two visa. Okay. And that's the one, that's what has been changed to the skilled work visa at the moment. That's what it's called now. Number two, we have, which is very popular also, is the global talent visa. Global talent visa. Okay. Number three is the innovator founder visa. Now, this is not very popular because it's more tailored towards entrepreneurs. Okay, entrepreneurs. So if you have a business or you're looking at starting a business, this is a good one for you also. So with the advent of AI, I mean, you can infuse AI into something that you find very, very. We'll talk about it anyways. So, but we have the innovator founder visa. Our number four, which is not very popular, is the scale up visa. It's a scale up visa. Okay, and these are the four types that we're going to be talking about today. So let's jump to number one. Let's jump to number one. All right. So number one is, sorry, I think I moved too fast. Number one is the skilled worker visa, formerly called the tier two visa. Now this has changed in the last year, 2 years now. Has changed. Okay, before all you need to do is just get a salary. You get a job that is paying you above. I think then it was about 28K. So it wasn't too large a sum for you to get. So I mean, so many people within the tech space were earning 30K. I think it was about 27 something. So you could look for a job that pays you 28K, 29K, and all that, and you will get sponsored as long as the company has that certificate of sponsorship, can issue the certificate of sponsorship. So, but now you need to get offer and sponsorship from a registered or a recognized, a valid company that can issue out that license. Okay, so you must have a confirmed job offer from a UK employer that holds a valid sponsorship license from the Home Office. Now, most people don't know this. Okay, they're just looking for sponsor job. Even within the care space, there are so many issues with people getting fake COS. Okay, so it's a very simple thing. If you attend a session, for example, you could actually detect companies that can issue you out the COS. Okay, so your employer will issue you out what they call the COS, is basically certificate of sponsorship. Certificate of sponsorship. So I'm pretty sure you're trying to figure out now. Let's take it one step at a time. What companies can actually sponsor you? What companies can actually sponsor you? That's the first thing. Number two is number one is the company that can sponsor you. Now the next thing also you want to find out is how many times have they sponsored somebody in the last couple of years? Okay, how many times have they sponsored people in the last couple of years? So, do you want to be banking on an organization that has only sponsored two people in the last 2 years? It's very unlikely for that company to sponsor you. Very, very unlikely. But if you go chase a company that has over 3,000 sponsorship in the last 5 years, that's a good organization to go target to say that I need to target these people because there's a highly higher likelihood that they sponsor my visa. Now, I was in a situation, and this is where you knowing the kind of organization that can sponsor is very important. So I worked with I was working as a contract staff for one of the public-private organizations in the UK, very recognized, very big. All right, they're into logistics and parcel deliveries and all that. So I worked with them, and I was leading them on this particular project. Now, at the time, I needed sponsorship, so I got the contract job. It was for 6 months. Just about 2 months or 3 months into the role, HR reached out to me to say if I wanted to move into a full-time position. Yes, you get more perks. As a contract staff, you don't get any perks. You only get paid well. You don't get any perks, no holidays, no nothing. Okay, so so I was telling the HR that okay, I don't mind doing a full-time job as long as it is sponsored. Okay, so I had got to the job, I had started working, I started delivering. The strategy was working, but it got to a time where I needed sponsorship from them. And the next day they told me, oh, they don't sponsor. Like they're not in that list of sponsors. And that was the first time I actually got aware that there's actually a list of organizations that can actually issue out sponsorship. But that's me, I learned the hard way. You don't have to go through that same thing. And that's the reason why we have sessions like this. Okay, so we're going to look at that. What organizations can sponsor? That's the first thing. Secondly, is how many sponsorship have they issued in the last couple of years? So you want to target people that is likely, the higher the number, the more the likelihood that they can actually sponsor you. All right. But that's what we're going to be talking about. So eligible occupation. The reason why the UK tech is a desired career for most people is because it's the one that has it's still like the highest demand, to be honest with you, within the tech space. So if you're looking for a job in the tech space within the UK, you have tons of places you can actually apply to. All right. And the major requirement is a minimum salary. Okay, you need to have a minimum salary of 38,700. Now, this is subjective, but like the bare minimum is 38,700. There are some exceptions, but I wonder. I mean, you don't want to get a salary that is lesser than 38,000. First of all, all right. So you want to get something better, 40K, 50, 55, 70, so on and so forth. So that, but the key thing here, there's a minimum, okay, which is 38K. So I mean, if you get a job of 45K, you're absolutely fine. So the exception of you getting 28K, 27, I mean, you don't want to live on that kind of salary. So I'm not going to put you into that exception bucket. But essentially, target roles that are between, I would say, 40K upwards. That's still very good salary. Okay, 40K to like 55 are like middle management, which is something you can actually do. All right, so let's jump into it. Let's look at it practically. Where can you see this list of sponsored jobs? So the links are here. And this is the reason why we're telling you to fill the form, because if you fill the form, the attendance form, you will get access to these links for free. You have nothing, we're not paying for this session. So all you need to do is just fill the attendance form and then you get access to this. All right, so I have 30 more minutes. I said I want to keep it to 1 hour, 30 minutes. So I'm almost done. So just bear with me for the next 30 minutes. So you see the list here. The first thing I have here is list of, click here to download the register of licensed sponsors workers. So I'm going to click this link and it's going to take me to my browser. Okay, I'm going to bring it here. And this is very important for you guys. This is very, very, very important. So my colleagues are dropping the attendance sheets. Please ensure you fill the attendance sheets in the chat. Okay. Now, once you click on this link, it takes you to this particular web page. It takes you to this particular web page, and you see this is gov.uk. All right, gov.uk, and it's basically telling you register of licensed sponsors workers. Okay, so list of organization licensed to sponsor workers on the worker and temporary worker immigration route. So all you need to do is come here. You see it here. So this is here. This is the file here. It's a 10 MB file. It's a 10 MB file, so it's not so large. So click on it. and it should download. Once you click on this, it downloads immediately. So I'm going to click on the link. I'm going to click on the downloaded file. Okay, and I'm going to show you now in a few seconds. Okay, I'm going to show you that in a few seconds. Bringing it in now. Okay, so now you see this. This is a list of companies in the UK that can sponsor your visa. Okay, you see it here. So you see the organization name, you see the town and the city, you can see the county, you can see the type of rating, and you can see the route. What you're most concerned about is the route. So I'm going to apply, I'll apply a filter. I'll apply a filter. Okay. So what visa type are we looking for at this point in time? What visa type are we looking for? Can anybody remind me? Let me see. Let me see if people are listening to me. Can you guys remind me the visa type that we're talking about at this point in time? And anybody tier two, skilled worker, exactly. So the skilled worker visa is what we're talking about. So if you go to the web page, you download the file, you should have this Excel file in your system. You should have this Excel file opened up, apply the filter, and you're looking for the skilled worker visa. So the route for sponsorship that you're looking for at the moment is the skilled worker visa. So on the list currently, we have about 132,000 companies that can sponsor you. We have 132,399 companies that can sponsor you. Now, obviously, it's not all of them that does skilled worker visa. Some of them is global. This one is global business mobility. Over here, we have creative worker. That's not really what we're looking for. So we're looking for skilled worker. So I'm going to filter this, okay, and I'll filter this to skilled worker. So you see skilled worker in here, and I'm going to click on OK. Now, this is filtered to only companies that can sponsor you on that skilled visa level. Now, if I look at how many companies that can sponsor you on skilled worker visa, so now from 132,000 organization, it has dropped to 113. So about 20,000 companies have left the list. So you still have 113,000 companies that can actually sponsor you on skilled worker visa. Okay, you have 113,000. But now, guess what? The next question you're going to ask yourself is it all these companies that can sponsor me? Yes, they can all sponsor you. But now, the probability of them sponsoring you is another thing. So some of these companies have probably just sponsored like 2, 3 people in the last year, or some of them one in the last 5 years. So they really don't sponsor as much. But what you want to do now is target companies that have sponsored a lot in the last couple of years. That's exactly what you're looking for. All right. So out of 113,000 companies, which of them are likely going to sponsor me? Even if I'm a contract staff, I start a contract job. I start at a contract job. I do like 6 month very good job with them, and I tell them that okay, I need sponsorship. They should likely sponsor me. Okay, or even if I'm 3 months into the role, I can start to talk to the HR and see if I can get sponsorship and all that. There's a likelihood because they've been doing that. They have a good track record. Now, how do you know this? I'm going to show you also. I'm going to show you. Like, I'm not gatekeeping anything. Okay, we're not gatekeeping any information. Everything I'm showing you. So these are important links that you need to have. And that's the reason why I'm telling you to fill the form again. So once you click on the next link is also very important. So rather than downloading this file, the file that you downloaded here, okay, rather than doing that, you could actually just come here to search for them. You can just literally come here to search for the organization. So let me show you let me search for one of the companies. Let me see. Let me just search for KPMG. Okay. So I press enter. So sorry, KPMG. Okay. So you see now I search for KPMG. So this particular web page is more or less connected to that Excel sheet. So you can easily search organizations that can sponsor you. Okay, so this is just like the Excel sheet. So it doesn't, there's no much difference. The only difference is this is a web page. You can easily search the town, the industry, and sort, and basically they tell you everything. So we have KPMG, KPMG Ireland, KPMG LLP, and so on. This is KPMG. So you know KPMG can actually sponsor your visa. So the same thing with, let's say, Facebook. I'm not sure if it's Facebook they call it or Meta, but we'll find out in a few seconds. So there's Facebook. Facebook can sponsor you. But let's look at for other companies that are just there. Okay. But you can come here and search. I mean, if you're applying for a job on LinkedIn, you can just take that company name, come here, paste it. If the company comes up, it means they can sponsor you. If it doesn't pop up, it means they cannot sponsor you. So no matter how work, the brilliant work that you do with them, they cannot sponsor you. So the easiest way is when you apply for jobs on LinkedIn or Indeed or Glassdoor or Total Jobs or any of the sites, take the name of the company, put it in here, and you can clearly see if they can sponsor you. So let's go, let's check it out real quick. So read.co.uk, read.co.uk. All right, so we just do a very quick one. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm just going to search for data analyst. Okay, well, let me use something because everybody will say that Efemena is only data analyst we're always using. So let me say compliance. So for people that are compliance. Okay, so guys that are within the GRC client, this is a role that you can apply to. Compliance analyst, compliance manager, blah blah blah. There are quite a number of organizations. So some of these organizations are recruitment agencies, so you need to be sure about the ones that you can work with. So let me just see. Let me see. SAB UK. I don't think it's a UK. I think okay. So you see, SAB UK is part of the Scandinavia largest defense company. So let's try it. Let's take this company. I'll just take the name of the company to see if they can sponsor me in the UK. Come to this list and I'll search for it. Okay, so press enter. Yes, they can actually sponsor you. So you see the SAB UK Limited, wheelchair, that's where they are. Industries orders, work A rating also, skilled worker, global business mobility, senior or special worker. Okay, specialist worker. So they can actually sponsor you. So looking at this kind of job as a GRC specialist, okay, that's something you can actually do. That's something you can, Bank of China can also sponsor you. There are quite a number. This is what we're looking at, compliance engineer. So looking at this job as a, so this is a 12-month contract, for example. You could actually apply for this role, get it, and perform so well on the job, do a good job on that job, and then it's a likelihood, there's a high chance of them sponsoring you. So this is how you could actually, this is another strategy of you getting sponsored jobs. But now the main question here is, how do I know how many COS has been issued in the past? Okay, how do I know? Because some of them have done one in the last 5 years. So this year again, the link here again, okay, the link here again is there. So once you click on this link, okay, I'm going to click on the link and it takes you to company jobs. Company jobs. So you see 2024 visa COS database, UK, Ireland, Canada, and the US. So you want to know companies that have been issuing out COS. Okay. The reason why I joined this session is because I missed this earlier, but I'm not sure what that is. Hi, Abiola, kindly send an email to. Okay. All right. So now let's take a look at this. Okay, 2024 Visa COS database. So now with this, you can easily search the keyword, the company. Okay, this is filtered to the UK. So you see all the councils in the UK are in there, United Kingdom. Select category. Are you accounting? I'll just leave it there so that I can get as much I can. All right. So select occupation code mode. Okay, so if you're a data analyst, data scientist, cybersecurity professional, the code are there, so you can easily literally go through them. I'm not going to select anything yet. Visa type, you can see the global mobility visa. I'm looking for the skilled worker visa. I'm going to click on skilled worker visa. Okay, highest in the month of UK. Don't worry, I'm just going to click. The only filter I will add is skilled worker visa UK, and search listings. Okay. And now, based off this, I can start to see. Okay, I can start to see. So this particular job company, Fruitful Jobs. Okay, total COS issued 8,310. 8,310. So looking at this, looking at the total item found is 58,000. 58,000, what they call companies that have done, sponsored people and all that. Okay. Tata Consulting Services, they've done 6,928. So, I mean, if you're in consulting, Tata Consulting is a fantastic place for you to apply. So, Tata is like one of the top consulting companies around the world, even in the UK. Okay, consulting UK. All right. So you can go to like a company like Tata Consulting, UK and Ireland. I go to the career section, the career sections, um, careers. So I'm looking for Europe and UK. Okay, looking at United Kingdom. So I'll go to the careers page, scroll down, join us, or join our career. Okay, scroll down, get the where to apply for the job. Sorry, I'm trying to. Tata Consulting. Come here, look for the job board. Okay, they usually would have a job board. So come here and why is my literally sorry for the call? Yeah. Anyways, so visa sponsorship, you have Tata Consulting, Health Education England, Creative Artist Agency, Cognizant Worldwide. Cognizant is another one, very good one, 1,948. So you could actually check out Cognizant also. All right. So if you go to a company like Cognizant, you could actually check and get exactly like. So go to Cognizant's website, go to the careers page. Okay. From the careers page, you can put in your location, United Kingdom. All right, click on United Kingdom and now just search. Okay, I'll search. So United Kingdom, I'll search. So you see quite a number of your business solutions architects. So if you're a business analyst, you can apply for this job. Senior benefits manager, HR. So if you're an HR analyst, this is a good one for you. Azure cloud engineer, data engineering, you could actually go into this. So these are things that you could actually do in order for you to easily get sponsorship job. All right, to get sponsorship. So identify the companies that can actually sponsor you. Go ahead to check them out. Ryanair, 1,900, and so on and so forth. So these are Infosys again. Infosys is another good place. We have 1,441. JP Morgan Chase, Ernst and Young. These are companies that have issued COS. Okay, and you can clearly see how many COS, total COS issued. Elysium Healthcare, King's College Hospital. So some of these Deloitte cuts across different industries, PricewaterhouseCoopers, that's PwC. So these are companies that that would, Wipro is another very good one, 1,038. So you see, you can click here to see more details about the organization and their sponsorship and so on and so forth. Okay, so you see, this is how you can identify the companies that can sponsor you, the employers that can sponsor you, and if they have been constantly issuing out COS. Okay, so if you've learned something so far, please drop a one in the chat, guys. Drop a one if it's something that you are likely. You see, like I said at the start of the session, these are not things that you can start next week or next month. You could actually start today. So if you fill the attendance form, you get access to this link. You can do the same thing yourself. So if you're learning, please drop a one in the chat. Let's see. Let's go. Awesome, awesome. There's something else I want to show you. There's something else I want to show you. Okay. So we have this site called, there's this site called UK Visa Jobs. UK Visa Jobs. Now, this is a paid platform. It is a paid platform. So in order for you to search, you would likely you have to pay for it. But basically what they've done is they've consolidated sponsor jobs literally across the UK. So UK Visa Jobs. So these are places you can apply. You can apply for these jobs. So everything here is visa sponsored. Okay, so you just have to subscribe. You know that I don't have any subscription. I don't have a need to subscribe to it. But for you, you can subscribe to it if you're looking to get to sponsor jobs, essentially. All right. So this is a good resource. Now, the best resource. I mean, majority of the people I've worked with in the last, I'll say 4 or 5 years now, majority of them have gotten jobs in the NHS. working either in majorly in the technology space, not in the healthcare. So go to the NHS website, another fantastic place for you to get a job. So I usually will tell you, for if you're a business analyst, data analyst, or anything analytics, don't search for the keyword, search for the keyword analyst. Okay. Let's see. All you need to do is search, filter. So if you're a project manager, okay, just search for the keyword project or program. All these roles will pop out anyways. So analyst, you see assurance analyst, this 37 to 44,000 pounds per annum, which is above the threshold. So assurance analyst, that's a good one. Business analyst, this is 38 to 45,000 pounds, also above the threshold. So I mean, if you get to the middle of 40K, it's still above the average. So these are things that you could actually do. And the NHS is one of the biggest sponsors in the UK. So you would have that. Payroll analyst, data analyst, finance analyst, data analyst, workforce analyst. These are all roles that you can actually apply to, all right, within the UK. So NHS is a good place for you to go look for sponsor jobs. Okay, apply, get what you're looking for, and that's exactly the case. So you see, I've provided you with all the links that you need in order for you to do the stuff yourself. Okay, and I'm pretty sure you guys are learning from this. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're learning from this. So the next one is a global talent visa. Okay, global talent visa. Now this is one that quite a number of people are picking interest in. Okay, it's of two categories. It's of two categories. We have the exceptional talent and we have the exceptional promise. Exceptional talent and exceptional promise. So one thing that is sort of related between skilled work visa and global talent is that they require you to have experience. They both require you to have experience. It's only with experience you can use to get a job. It's only with experience you can use to get global talent visa. So you see this, all right? Exceptional talent is for those who are already established leaders, okay? So this one also for those who are emerging leaders, and that's exceptional promise. For those who are emerging leaders at the early stage in their career. So it's still based on experience. So how experienced are you? That's what they're looking at. So if you want to get more information about global talent visa, I would say yeah. So now, first thing, the global talent operates in a way that a body has to endorse you first. The company a body has to endorse you first. So if I click on this now and I take you, take me to the website. Okay. So global talent endorsing bodies. Okay, list of authorized endorsing bodies for global talent. So over here you find them out. Okay, so depending on what aspect you want to get sponsored. So we have the art and art. If you're in the art space, then that fits into you. We have technical or business skills, which is covered within the Tech Nation, which is covered by Tech Nation. We have disciplines covered by endorsing bodies for science, engineering, humanities, social sciences, and medicine. That's so if you have friends and family that are doctors or that work within that healthcare space, or they're doing something within that social engineering science space, this is another body that would sponsor them. But we, the technical guys, this is exactly where we come in. Tech Nation. Okay, so you can click here and you can read a little bit about the roles that you have there. Okay, so your technical skills, artificial intelligence, natural language processing, machine learning experts. Okay, VP engineering, CTO, and so on and so forth. We have cybersecurity experts, DevOps, experienced backend and backend developers, leading development and contributing heavily, experienced data scientists and engineers, front-end developers. But the list is a lot, honestly, to be honest with you. All right, the list is a whole lot. Okay, so business skills, this is technical skills. We also have business skills. These are the project managers, the business analysts, and so on and so forth. Scrum master. This is where you come into the case itself. All right. So if you want to know more about the global talent visa, so I have the link here, very detailed article about the global talent visa, and that's the reason why I will tell you again. You need to fill the form so you can get access to all this information I'm sharing with you. Fill the attendance form is in the chat. Just go there, click the link, put in your email, and we're going to send all the materials, the recording to today's session. So you see, Tech Nation Global Talent Visa Application Guide. It's a very, very well documented This guide was last updated 22nd of January 2025. So it's very this the last update they've made. So from guide to about the visa, applicant suitability, eligibility criteria, fast track, application process, documents and evidence. So you can easily just navigate through the table of contents that you have there. So you see, typical applicant, technician criteria is designed for applicants with technical and business skills in digital technology sector. So that's the part of the same reason why we selected those 8 career paths. Some are in business and some are technical and some are not technical. So technical skills, we're talking about data analytics, we're talking about data science. Non-technical, we're talking about business analysis, project management, and so on. All right. So you see here, everything is well detailed, well detailed. And all you need to do is get access to this material so you can read it yourself and get started in the space of your choice. So this is everything, guys. So this is the technician, this is the global talent visa. So now this is another part you can use, okay, in getting sponsored into the UK. So if you're not taking the skilled worker visa, you also have the global talent visa that you can leverage in getting into the UK. And even if you're outside Nigeria, outside of the UK, you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, you know people across anywhere, and they're looking at coming to the UK. The global talent visa is one that can actually bring them in. And the good thing also about the global talent visa is nobody needs to sponsor you. All right. Only the endorsing body just needs to endorse you. Okay. That you're either exceptional promise or exceptional talent. And then you can come in. You don't need to work for anybody. You don't need to, that you can start up your business. You can do whatever you want to do and so on and so forth. Now, the next one is Innovator Founder Visa. Okay. Innovator, this is for entrepreneurs. So if you're looking at starting a business in the UK, all right, this is something you can explore. So if you're a tech professional and you're looking at setting up a business in the UK, this is something you could definitely try. So the visa is for entrepreneurs that want to establish and run an innovative business in the UK. So what are the requirements? So it has to be innovative, viable, and a scalable business idea. Scalable. So if you're saying you want to go and you want to build a chatbot, I mean, it's every organization. I mean, you can't be bigger than ChatGPT. You can't. Okay, so you might want to pick up something that is very innovative, something new, leveraging AI. Most likely, leveraging. I would say at this point in time, just find a way you can leverage AI inside, and you're going to be good to go. So your business ideas must be endorsed by the approved UK endorsing body. So all that information is in this link here also. So fill the form. Okay, I think this is enough. So approved UK endorsing body, okay, and it must be genuinely innovative, viable, and scalable. So these are the 3 criteria they are looking at. Okay, significant contribution, you must have generated or significantly contributed to the business idea. So don't go and steal another person's business idea and say it's your own. Because if they ask you questions and you're not able to defend it, that might put you at the denial part. Okay. So, and the good thing about this is no minimum investment. Okay, but you must demonstrate funds. So, in the sense that you don't have there's no requirement to how much you need to have in your bank account in order for you to start the business, but you must demonstrate, where the money for you to run the business is going to be coming from. So, while there is no fixed minimum investment amount, you must demonstrate access to sufficient funds to set up, grow the business, support yourself, your dependents, so you can bring your children, you can bring your wife, and so on and so forth. So the endorsing bodies will assure viability, which often implies a need for funding. So that's the innovative. So if you're looking at starting a business, this is a route you can definitely explore. Now, number 4, which is the last one. So if I click on the link, like I said earlier, all you need to do is click on the link. It takes you to this, and it's a very detailed document about innovator founder visa. So from overview to eligibility, knowledge of English, documents you will need to apply from outside the UK, your partner and children, extend your visa, switch to this visa. There's quite a number of things that you can actually do. All right. And the last but not the least is the scale up visa. Now, a lot of people don't know about the scale up visa. Do you guys know about the scale up visa? Let me see. If you don't know about the scale up visa, put a 0 in the chat. Let me see, 0. So you've not heard about the scale up visa, put a 0 in the chat. Put a 0 in the chat. Only two people. Okay. Okay. Now the number is increasing now. Just a few people out of 67 people. We still have just 10 people responding to me. All right. Is there a reason why you guys are not chatting with me? Are you shy? All right. So the scale up visa is skilled workers who have a job offer from a fast-growing UK business. So if there's a startup that is growing in the UK, all right, they need their own license anyways. All right, not every business is scaled. It falls into this, and I'll show you how to locate them. I'll show you how to locate these companies that are startups, fast growing, and you can actually apply to them. Okay, so you see the requirement here is very simple. You just get a job offer from them. It's as simple as that. Get a job offer from this company, and the employer will issue you COS, that certificate of sponsorship. Now, the key question is, where do I get this information? Where do I get this what do you call it, this list of people? The same Excel sheet that we used earlier, the same Excel sheet that we used earlier. When you come to route, is it route or route? Route or route? I'm not sure. But anyways, when you come to the route here, okay, click the drop down. I'm going to clear the selection I had before. I'm going to look on select everything, and I'm going to scroll down, and you will see scale up visa. You see scale up, scale up. So there are companies that are not not skilled worker visa, but they are scale up. So you want to look for those scale up, and that's exactly what you're looking for. So with scale up visa, you see quite a number of them. Blue Sky Limited, we have Code Base, we have Community Fiber, quite a number of organizations are there also that you could actually apply to. They are startups, okay, they are growing fast, and they need people, okay, quality people, and that's exactly what you're going to do. So target these people that a lot of people are not targeting also. Just target them and see how you can get to work with them. So see here, over here is Gymshark, for example. Gymshark is in the UK. So all you need to do is go to a company like Gymshark. Okay, take the company. I'm just going to go to Gymshark UK. Look for if they're looking for jobs. Okay, I'll go to their career sites. If they're looking for a job, all I need to do, or let me just go back and put in careers. Okay, all right. Go there to UK, blah blah blah. Move around and get the vacancies that you have there. Retail, finance, or let me just see all locations. All right, London. I keep moving. Okay, I just all locations, and I can go ahead, or I can even just go on LinkedIn, reach out to people that are working in the organization, and look for recommendation. So those are the things I could also do. So there are quite a number of things that you could do. But like I said earlier, these are ways you can identify sponsors, the visa sponsorship types, and all the things that you need to know. So have you guys learned something in today's session? Put a one in the chat if, or give me a reaction if you've learned something in today's session so far. If you've learned something so far in today's session, please give me a thumbs up or something, a reaction. All right, awesome. All right, so now the next thing is, if you remember, majority of these roles you're going to be applying to require you to have 2 to 3 years experience. So either you want to do skilled week visa, you want to do global talent, you want to do innovator visa. Well, innovator visa, not so much. But scale up visa, you need experience in order for you to get the job. So experience is a common denominator amongst all the careers, all the visa types that you have there. Experience, experience, experience. They need you to know that you've done this before. And that's exactly where we come in. So that's where Andari comes in. Okay. So what we do with our work experience program is we build your experience in the domain of your choice. So if you're looking at data analytics, if you're looking at data science, if you're looking at cybersecurity, you're looking at project management, business analysis, you want to be experienced in that domain. You want to work on as many projects as possible. That's where we come in. Okay, that's where Amdari comes in. Now, in what sense? So what we've done is we have a pool of projects, okay, a pool of projects from different organizations, from different companies, simulating different business challenges and all that. Okay, so we have this project. and we're going to give you the project to work on. Now, typically, looking at my situation when I was looking at breaking into the tech space, or when I was, working within the tech space, not as a consultant, but as an employee. So, working within the tech space as an employee, in a year, innovative projects or projects that I will handle end to end, the maximum I would likely do in a year is about four, ridiculously four projects. Okay. So if I'm looking to, that's 1 year of experience, means I worked on about 3 to 4 projects entirely end to end. Now, you are looking at getting into the space, all you need to do is start to work on projects also. Work on as much projects in order for you to gain the experience that I would have gotten on the job. So where Amnori comes in is we provide you with this project, okay, for you to work on. And the good thing also is nobody's going to leave you hanging. You are going to be assigned a mentor that will literally hold your hands and guide you through the project. So a project is I'm going to show you some of the projects that you're going to be working on. So the project is assigned to you. You get to delve into the project alongside with your mentor. So your mentor holds your hands and guides you through what a day in the life of a data scientist looks like, what a day in a data science, data analyst. So if you're given a project like this as a data analyst, how do you start? How do you get more requirements? How do you facilitate, the meetings and so on and so forth? That's exactly what you're going to be doing. So what we're trying to do here is you working on as much project as you can, building your expertise, your confidence in the career path of your choice. Now, with this, it also comes with team recommendation. You come up with a recommendation for the business. You come up with evaluations. You come up with, and you come up with presentations. You're going to do a lot of presentations. You're going to do a lot of assessments and so on, just to build your experience in that domain. So you see, when people start asking you questions like, tell me about a time you have worked with a difficult stakeholder as a business analyst, how would you answer the question? That's exactly from this project we would have simulated and you would have gotten experiences in those places. Now, tell me about a time as a data engineer you worked with API, you worked with some kind of difficult data that you're not able to access, or you did web scraping, or you connected to an API source, or you did data migration. You would have worked on those kind of projects. Okay. Oh, as a cybersecurity professional, do you know how to use this technology? Do you know how to leverage this? You would have worked on this kind of project. So you are going to be talking from a place of experience rather than you just coming up with something. You are going to be talking about the projects that you've actually worked on. Okay. And that's exactly what we've done. We have this project that have simulated real life challenges, business challenges. Okay. And then you get to work with this project with a mentor. And then you get to present, you get to finalize your insights, you get constant feedback as to what you're doing correct and what you're doing wrong. So it's more or less like you working on the job support, on the job learning. So you're working on the job, you're learning on the job, you're learning new technologies, you're learning new techniques, you're learning, best practice applications of these softwares and applications that you use on a day-to-day. Now, these projects, these experiences, you can add it to your CV. You can add it to your LinkedIn. You can say that you're working with Amdari. Okay, you can claim experience that you're working with Amdari, and these are the things that you're going to be working on. So work reference is on demand. So if you apply for a job, you get a job, you can leverage this reference. You can get reference from us, and then you can use that reference to getting your desired job within the tech space. So you see, everybody needs experience to get a job. To be honest with you, that's the gold. That's the main thing, gold. And that's exactly where Amdari does very, very well. Okay, that's what has made us very successful. So Amdari is that one-stop shop platform where you can learn, you can package, and you can apply for jobs. Okay, one-stop shop platform, learn, package, and apply. That's exactly what we do. So learn, I'm going to talk about that in a very brief manner. So we have Amdari, that's the internship program. With the internship program that I'm telling you about, where you get to work on projects, that is Rave. So your interaction with the projects, your interaction with your mentors, you are learning on the job. You are learning on the job. You are learning how to implement these solutions on the job. Now, the next thing is we have Amdari Learn. Okay, Amdari Learn is also an offshoot. You also get access to Amdari Learn. So Amdari Learn, I'm just going to show you real quick. Okay, so you can see it for yourself. All right, so Amdariland is the platform where you can see. So if you go to Amdari's website today, I'm just gonna increase the size. So if this Amdari website, this is a website, this is the Rave by Amdari, where you can get access to all our internships. So we have internship, the internship or work experience program cut across the 8 career paths I spoke about earlier. Okay, the next thing is learn. Amdari learn. So when you're taking internship with us, you can also learn. Like we have short courses that will allow you learn while you are doing your internship, while you're taking the work experience program, you can still learn. Okay, so we have the introduction to data analytics. We have, if I come down here, I could see data science, data analytics, data engineering, cybersecurity. If I'm interested in data engineering, for example, I can click on data engineering and you see introduction to data engineering, Python and SQL, Git and GitHub, data modeling. So there are quite a number of courses in here that you can actually get to start to work with. Does that make sense? So you see, you are not just working on projects, you're also learning at your own pace. If it's data analytics, you can see introduction to data analytics, Microsoft Excel, Power BI, Tableau SQL, and Microsoft Fabrics. Now, in the same vein, you have quite a number of courses, data science, project management, business analysis, cybersecurity. All right. For cybersecurity, you see introduction to cybersecurity, network security and incident detection, SOC analysis and log analysis, endpoint, offensive. So quite a lot you can learn on the job. We also have access to a job board. Okay, I'm going to show you that now. So you see the job board. What we have done is to consolidate remote jobs. We've consolidated remote jobs from, we have consolidated remote jobs from different sites. So Career Builder, Well Found, LinkedIn, FlexJob, GitHub. So rather than you going to all these sites to go look for remote jobs, we have consolidated everything into one, our own Amdari job board, all remote jobs from different jobs, from Indeed, from LinkedIn, from Glassdoor, from FlexJob. All these remote jobs are here. So you don't need to go to all those places to start looking for remote jobs. Everything is on the website, on our own website. So once you've created an account, you've paid, you've gotten access to it. The job board is there. The Amdari Learn is there. Somebody's asking a question. Amdari Learn only takes data courses, no business analytics or project management. We have courses in there. Most of them are still going to be coming in there. So you have nothing to worry about. We have quite a number of courses around there. So we are constantly updating the platform, okay, with new courses, new materials and all that. Okay, so thanks a lot for that question. The learning, is it complimentary? It's complimentary. You're not paying for this. You're not paying for it. Okay, it's complimentary. You have access to it once you have started. Okay, so it's complimentary. So that's it. So for Rave, you have the work experience program, you have the Amdari Learn, you have the portfolio page also. Okay, portfolio page. So you see, most people looking at creating their own portfolio. You can easily create your portfolio on Amdari. You can literally, it's as simple as ABs, like it's very, very simple. I'm going to show you my own portfolio on the website. So this is my portfolio. All right. So you see co-founder and Dari, the tools and technologies I get to work with. So you see Python, Docker, Mage, you see Azure, GCP, and so on and so forth. How many years of experience, total number of projects I've worked on, let's connect, and all that. You can see all the projects I've worked on in the last couple of years, or when you started, when you created your profile. I can go to project and select project, and I would see the number. I would see the projects I've worked on. Okay, so this is your own portfolio page, and I'm going to copy my link here. You see this? I'm going to copy. This is my unique portfolio link, and I can share it with everybody on the call today. I'm going to share with everybody on the call, and you can get to see my own portfolio page. So if you click on the link, all right, I'm going to open another browser. Okay, so I can show you. So this is a different browser. You see, this is green, this is blue. So this is a different browser I was using before. So I'm going to come here and I will put in that link and I'll click on it. And you see now this would show the project. This is my website. This is like my portfolio website. So rather than you going to learn how to use front end, back end in order for you to build your website, you have everything in one place. So this is essentially the case itself. Okay. So projects, you can see the projects in there. You can see all the things that I've worked on in the last couple of months, the project, the portfolio sites, and so on and so forth. Okay. So you see that's everything in there. Okay. So wrapping things up, packaging will also help you with your CV, would help you optimize your LinkedIn profile, mentorship and career coaching, interview preparation, on the job support, and job reference. Every single thing that you have here, we are going to do for you. All right? And apply. I showed you the remote job board that we have dedicated on our website, where to apply for sponsored jobs. All those kind of sessions, we are also going to have it to teach you how everything works. Okay? So last but not the least, we are done. We have a next course. We have the next course starting on the 9th of June, 9th of August. Sorry, we have the next course starting on the 9th of August. So we have an amazing early bird discount. Okay, we have an amazing early bird discount. So the next course is going to be starting on the 9th of August, and you need to take advantage of this discount ASAP. Okay, ASAP, because I can guarantee you that the price is going to change before when we get closer to the date itself. So we're going to start it on the 9th of August, and this is something that you need to have in order for you to get started. You need to know before you get started. Okay, so if you're looking at getting started, I'm going to share the price with you now. Some people are asking for about the price already. I'm going to share that with you, and then we can go ahead. So join our next cohort on the 9th of August. 9th of August, that's about roughly almost 2 months time. Okay, the discounts that we're running at the moment is only for the first 20 people, only for the first 20 people. So I'm pretty sure you want to be part of the first 20 people. It's only going to be part of the first 20 people to get started. Now, you have an early bird discount, and you also have early bird benefits. Okay, you have early bird benefits. So the discount essentially is, we have the 3 months work experience program, and we have the 6 months work experience program. So we have the first one, which is typically going for £500 normally, but it's currently going for £390. So that's like £110 discount that you're receiving. For the 6 months internship, instead of going for 900, it's currently going for 750. That's £150 different discount that you're getting also. For the other ones, for cybersecurity career paths, SOC, ethical hacking, and GRC, rather than pay £500, you can actually pay £390 in order for you to get started with a 3 months work experience program. Now, guess what? Like I said, it's an early bird discount. Early bird discount. So 3 months or 6 months. 3 months currently is going for 390. 6 months is going for 750. Now, guess what? You also can pay in the installments. You can pay in installments. You don't have to pay everything in here. All right, you can pay in installments. Okay, so early bird discount, access to e-learning platform. So once you pay today, you get access to the e-learning platform. Okay, so the website I showed you just now that has all the material, the videos, the cases, and all that, you would get to work on that. You get access to that immediately. All right. Number two, you get to work on self-paced projects. So before you jump into the live projects that we have currently, you can work on self-paced projects to start building your experience within the domain that you are. Okay. Number three is mentorship and coaching. So if you need immediate coaching and mentorship, we'll provide that with you one-on-one or as a group. We'll provide that mentorship and coaching to you in order for you to know exactly what you need to start doing. So even though you're paying now, you're getting instant, you're getting that instant, what they call it, reward for you getting started. So you don't have to wait till the August. You're not waiting till the 2nd of August before you actually do anything. You're going to get access to the learning platform. You're going to get self-paced projects that you get to work on. You would also join the mentorship and coaching sessions, and we also have employability sessions. So even in that 2 months, we'll teach you how to apply for jobs, where to apply for jobs, how to answer questions during the interview. So you can actually start to put yourself out there, okay, and start to learn, okay? And then if eventually you get an interview, okay, in that 2 months, you can definitely, would help you with, will assist you with your preparation, CV, will assist you with all the things that you need in order for you to get started. So if you're registering now, you're getting an instant get access to the program itself. Okay. So, like I mentioned, you don't have to pay £390 today to register. You don't have to pay £750 today to register. You can pay in installments. So, in order for you to pay in installments, my colleagues are putting the links in the chat. All you need to do is click on that link. It takes you to this page. Okay, it takes you to the Amdari registration page, enrollment center, the Rave internship enrollment center. So everything can be done here. Everything about payments, registration is on this particular page. So all you need to do is scroll down. You see the different career paths and how many months they are. So data analytics, we have the 3 months. Data analytics, we have 6 months. For data science, we have 3 months. For data science, we have 6 months. For data engineering, 3 and 6 months. Everything is there, clearly spelled out. So one of the key benefits of 6 months over the 3 months is you get to work on more projects, number one. Number two, you get to implement your own projects, okay, your personalized projects. So project that you want to work on, you get to implement that with the internship program. For the 3 months, it's short-paced. You're working on certain requirements. You're getting your employability services. You're getting all the things that you need. So 3 months, short, precise, and also very effective. 6 months is a bit longer, but the key thing there is that you get to work on more personalized projects so that you can build more confidence in your skills. All right. So everything is there. So for 3 months, for example, if you're interested in the 3 month internship, you have this in pounds. Okay. So you see, I can click on 3 installments or 2 installments or 1 installment. So if you want to pay £390 today, fantastic. You can actually do that. But if you want to do 2 equal payments, pay 1 today. Like if I click on 2 installment and I click on secure internship, you can see you pay £195 today and you pay £195 in 1 month's time. So you can see pay 1 today, which is in June, pay the second one in July, and you're good to go. All right. So in 3 monthly installments, you can click on secure internship. You can pay £130 today, pay £130 next month, and you can pay £130 in 1 month's time. Okay, so in August, so you can see pay £130 today. You can pay another £130 in July and pay £130 in August in order for you to get started. I'm going to answer all the questions you have in the chat. Just give me a second. All right. So you can do that for the 3 monthly installments. For 6 monthly installments, once you click on that, you can pay up to 5 installments. You can pay in up to 5 significant installments. So once you click on 5 installments, click on secure internship, you see you can pay £150 today, pay £150 the next day, the next month, pay £150 the next month, and all the way. So if you start today, by October, you'll be done with your £750. So you're not getting any percentage increase. There's no interest, nothing. You're just splitting out your £750 payment into equal £150 payments. Okay, so it's easy. You don't have to pay £390 today. All you need to pay today is £130 in order for you to get started. All right. So that's one of the major things that you are getting. And like I said, it's an early bird discount. Okay, and you are getting early bird benefits, access to the e-learning platform, access to self-paced projects, mentorship and coaching, support and all the things that you need. You're getting them immediately you register. So you definitely want to be a part of this. Okay, you definitely have to be a part of this. All right, so let's take some questions that we call it today. I have some questions in the chat. If you have your questions, you can also raise up your hand. I will take your questions and we can call it a day. Do you have a physical class in Abuja? Absolutely, no, we don't. Currently, Amdari is registered in the UK and also registered in Canada. So majority of our operations are in the UK. At the moment, majority of our operations are in the UK, not in Nigeria, Abuja. All right, so we have the next question. Please, that company job sites, is that their total COS issued so far or just, so 2024? So 2024 database, so that was what was issued up until 2024. All right, so that I hope that answers your question. So please, that company, okay, same thing. Okay, so it's a 2024 database. So if I go back to the website so I can show you again, just give me a second. Where do I have the company? Yeah, company jobs. All right, so I'm just gonna go back. So it basically tells you the total number of COS. Okay, COS. So this is the 2024 database. So if you scroll up to the top, you'll get to. So just once you fill the attendance form, you get access to this, so you can see it for yourself. Work permits issued in 2024. That was last year. So this was companies that were issued. This is what they issued last year, 2024. All right. I hope that answers your question, Gucci. Give me a thumbs up if that answers your question. Um, Ogochi is asking the question. Dignity is also asking the same question. So I hope that answers your questions. Chukwemeka is saying that, please, what of prices for Nigerian-based people? It's the same price. There's no, so you're getting the same value the person in the UK is getting. So you're getting the same thing. Take your courage to the next step. Okay, that's my people. I got a call today from Rita that says I could join the June call today. We have a call that started today, so that's closed at the moment. But if you're looking at starting this month, you could also still join them. Just send out, just speak to Rita, and the Rita will say how you can get you in. Okay, allow me to just speak to Rita and let her know that you're interested and you can always start today. All right, please. That come Amarachi, is it Amarachi or Dignity? uh, So allow me to just speak to Rita. She will get you in. If you're paying in installments, okay. Are we still going to be eligible for the discount? Yes, you are. That's a good thing also. So I mean, you're paying £150, we're paying £130, and you're part of the 20 people. That's it. So if you even though you're paying the discount, you are still part of the first 20 people that will register. Okay, so that's basically the case. So you have nothing to worry about, even at this. So in the next couple of weeks, when down the line, and there are no discounts anymore, please guys bear in mind that we ran this and we told you to get started. Um, I think that's about the chat. Okay, I don't see any other question. Are we getting the recording clips? Yes, you are. So once you fill the attendance form, you get access to the link. Um, Okay, can I get beeps? Beeps, do you want to unmute yourself and ask a question? Beeps Fusion, do you want to ask a question? So Alaya Day Abdul Wasiu. Um Ozichi, Uche, do you want to get the copy of Alaya Day's email and let's find out what's the reason why he hasn't gotten anything yet. Uche, are you there? Just give me a thumbs up if you heard me. Okay, please take that information down and please follow up with just share with Ozichi or the sales team so that they can handle that. All right, thanks a lot. Alina, apologies for that. That's something. Maybe you should check your spam email. You might need to also check your spam email. Hello, Efemena. I wrote for data science, but I wish to also have experience in data analytics. We could have a conversation around that. Ernest, okay. So during the mentorship session next week, we can talk about that. Okay. So we have a mentorship session next week, and so if you've started, we have a mentorship that's coming on Thursday. So you are definitely a part of it. Are we getting the recorded clips? Yes, you are. Can I change the course I chose earlier on? It depends on what month you are, what month you are. It depends on that significantly. So if you just started, yes, you can change. But if you're 1 month, 2 months into the program, it's going to be very difficult for you to change. Under which course does data management, data governance, and data quality? I would say significantly. I don't know what majority of this stuff that you wrote here are very non-technical. Okay, what I would say is data engineering fits into this category. So data management, data quality, and a little bit of data governance also falls into data engineering. So data engineer is the person that moves data from one source location to to a final destination. So the way you have a well or a borehole outside your house, the ball is connected to the water source under the ground. So that's the source of the data. That's the source of water. But you need the water running in the kitchen. You need that. You don't need the water under the ground. You need the water in your kitchen. So data engineer is that person that gets the water from the ground and ensure it moves from the ground to the kitchen. So it's storage. That's part of management. Storage, usage, and all that. Data quality. Also, the data has to be clean. The way your bowl filters the water and ensure it is drinkable when it's coming from the ground. That's exactly what the data engineer does. So if you're looking at data engineering, if you're looking at what you said, data management, data quality, data governance, data engineering is a career path to go into. Can a student who just started a master's degree fit into the internship? It depends on the career pathway you're going to. If you're going for data engineering, data science, it might be very difficult for you to do that because there are requirements. You must be good with Python. Not great, you must be good. You need to understand certain things about Python because that's the foundational thing. Nobody's going to be teaching you how to use Python. We are bringing in people that leverage Python experience that can do that. Now, if you're in business analysis, project management, you can easily join the program. Literally, there's no barrier to entry for those ones. Okay, literally no barrier to entry. For cybersecurity, you need some background experience. You need some background knowledge, not experience. Sorry, you need background knowledge. Knowledge in cybersecurity. You need a little bit of background knowledge in cybersecurity for you to get started. But that's the reason why we have those short courses on the platform. So you can watch those courses in order for you to get into the program. All right. Thanks, CEO, for our beloved Amdari. I really enjoyed this. How I wish I didn't miss the earlier rejoin. Oh, don't worry, you're going to be fine. The recorded sessions are recorded. And if you have any questions, you can always ask your questions. Okay. I'm interested in GRC. I want to know if upon my enrollment and payment, I'll be subjected only to GRC internship and hands-on experience. Yes, 100%. So, just I don't think I had the time to show you. So I'm going to show you that in a few minutes now, and then we can call it a day. So for people that are looking at getting started, I would say take advantage of the discounts now. Okay, get access. You're getting that early bird benefit also, so you need to get access to that ASAP. ASAP. So if you're looking at GRC, I'm just going to look at March GRC. So these are the guys that started in March. I'm going to show you some of the projects. It's only GRC projects you're going to be working on. Only GRC projects. So if I go to the top, okay. So this is project one, Brookstead Interiors. So I will go to the first part. This is this is the document overview. So this is the project itself. So looking at this internal cybersecurity risk assessment at Brookstead. Okay, so the specialization is governance risk and governance risk management and compliance, risk assessment. The tools you're going to work with here, Word document, Excel sheet, and PowerPoint. So Brookstead Interior is a luxury interior design and furniture manufacturing company undergoing rapid digital transformation. So there's the business problem. The business problem basically is Brookstead Interior has never conducted a formal internal cybersecurity risk assessment. So you are the GRC specialist. You are the one that will do this. All right. Now let's take a look at another project. Okay. This is another project. Now, this is ISO 27001, aligned acceptance uses policy development at Horizon Tech Solution. So also that's what you're going to be doing. This is you implementation, how to get everything done. Okay, project three, Cloud Nova Analytics. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to go to brief document. I'm going to show you the project itself. So this mapping NIST cybersecurity framework. So these are cybersecurity projects you're going to be working on. And you see it cuts across different industries. We've gone through the interior hospitality industry. This particular one is within the tech industry. The prior one that you worked on or that I showed you was within the, just give me a second, I can't remember now. Okay, so Horizon Tech software as a service, also technology-based business. Okay, so you're going to be getting experiences across different experiences, across different industries. And that's the same thing with every other career path. Okay, so data engineering, if you're interested in data engineering, let's take a look at something that the one they are working on at the moment. Okay, this is an Azure, this data engineering project. Okay, enhancing customer insight, a deep dive into Azure Data Factory ETL pipeline for retail view analytics. So retail view is a fast-growing mid-size omni-channel retail brand operating across North America. So essentially, what's the challenges they're going through, the national rationale of the project, the tech stack they're working with, the project scope, and you can see the architecture. This is what they're going to be implementing, how they're going to be taking data from the data source, and now they're going to be using it for analytical purposes. So you see, it's an end-to-end project, okay, across different career paths that you want to get into. If it's data science you're interested in, it's the same thing, okay? So you see, this is the customer segmentation project, okay? So Redwise, I'm going to show you that right. Redwise, driving growth through data-powered customer and digital driver strategies. So basically, these guys are looking at customer segmentation, dynamic pricing, and so on. So you see, for this particular project, you're going to be using AWS to implement your solution. So if you're a data scientist and you want to look at how you can start to leverage cloud for your machine learning projects, for your stuff, you are going to be doing that in this program. So it's very encompassing, to be honest with you. Very, very encompassing, teaching you. You're going to be learning on the job. Like I said, it's just like you getting a job and you working on projects that you need in order for you to get the job. Okay, so you're going to be working on the job. You have a mentor that will hold you your hand and guide you through the solution. That's exactly what you would be doing. So, are you guys excited about this, guys? Give me a one in the chat if you're excited. If you were looking at getting started, give me a one in the chat. All right, awesome, awesome. Just a few. All right. So, anyways, we're going to be done. I mean, if you have any questions, we have the one-on-one session next week. If you're looking at joining us or you have any question, further questions, please join the one-on-one question. Myself, my colleagues are going to be there. I would be happy, more than happy, excited to answer your questions. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. I had a wonderful time today. I actually wanted to spend an hour 30 minutes, but I've spent 2 hours. So thank you very much for taking out time on the Saturday to listen to myself and my colleagues. So all I need you to know is that the discount is only available for the first 20 people. Secure discount now, get started, and let's see how we can work with you. Let's see how we can get you the experience that you need in order for you to get started. So thank you very much, everyone. Again, do have a wonderful weekend. Rest, and let's see. Waiting for you to have you on board. Thank you very much. Cheers for now. Bye, guys. Bye for now. Bye, everybody.